Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I'm up today with a layout using almost the very last little scraps of my March kit. So obviously this video is up in April, so I do apologise if you've seen the Killer Kit video that I put up. You will have already seen a sneak peek of this layout, but basically I just ran out of time to upload videos in March. So this is going up in April. I did create it in March, however, and so I'm just using the last little bits of my kit. So I really killed this kit and I'm super happy with how it all turned out. And so I'm creating a horizontal design. I know it looks vertical at this point, but it does end up being horizontal. And I just basically, was just using up everything that was left. So I had these larger pieces of 12 by 12 paper, so full length 12 by 12, but only a couple of inches wide each piece. And then these little super small strips that I've got here. I think it might have been a branding strip cut in half potentially. And then I just wanted to create a little border with the two little kind of peachy coloured strips I've got there. And I'm really just, as I said, creating a horizontal design. So you can see I'm adding the little peachy bits just to break up the green and the black and white paper. I just felt it needed a little bit of colour in there to help lift it. And if I didn't have these little tiny strips of paper, I would definitely have used washi tape, just again to break it up a bit. So you can see how just by adding that tiny little bit of colour in there, it really does help. I don't know, I really like it. This is a super simple layout to come together, and I really just put everything I have left on the page. Now, I don't have a photo printed at the time of filming this particular layout, but when you see my photos at the end, I have printed off my photo to add in. I knew which photo I wanted to use, and it was basically, well, it is a photo of me wearing a mask, just a selfie at the shops, and I just was documenting how I never would have thought in a year's 12 months from the point of this photo was taken, that we would be wearing face masks in supermarkets and shopping centres and public transport. So I really wanted to document that. Now I fussy cut these florals from the strip of green paper I have there. I fussy cut some florals out of the rest of that. And that's what I'm using to embellish. I'd already used all my embellishments, so I just used the fussy cut florals to embellish, and I do add some of the gold puffy leaves that I had in my stash. And that's pretty much all I do. This was a very quick layout, and I even had to use thickers not from my stash not from my kit, because I had already used up all my thickers. And so I just pulled out some thickers from my stash to create my title as well. So I had plenty of these gold puffy thicker, the thicker is the brand, embellishments left. I don't love them, so I do use all the floral ones because they work obviously really well with the florals that I'm going with here, but I don't love the other ones. I do, if you've seen my kit share, I do end up creating a traveler's notebook spread with some of them, and then I've left a couple that I know that I can use on other layouts, and I just popped them back into my stash. I've actually left them on my desk because I'm hoping that I can use them all up. By leaving them on my desk, I can remember to add them into a layout because there's only a couple left. So that's the plan anyway. I'm popping up some of these florals on foam, and I'm just being really careful that I don't pop any adhesive onto the white mat that I've created to hold my photo, because I need to be able to tuck my photo in to this mat once I've printed it off. So I was just really carefully kind of looking at where I put those little foam dots so that I can still tuck my photo underneath those florals. I wanted the florals kind of hanging over the photo because I like the way that looks, but I just needed to make sure that I could still add my photo later. So just a tip, if you do create layouts like this without photos yet, just remember to make sure you have left the space to be able to tuck your photos underneath. And I was really happy with doing this actually, and it reminded me that I don't have to have the photo printed off for me to be able to create a cute layout. My printer has broken, and so I can't print off at home anymore, so I just send my photos off to be printed once every couple of months, once a month depending, and so I just hadn't printed any 2021 photos at the time that I was making this particular layout, and so it was good that I could still create but not have to worry about the photo. It was nice. So I'm just finishing off my cluster here. As I said, adding in a few of the gold puffy stickers, mainly the leaves and florals, just to get those used up, and just, yeah, creating super cute clusters, in my opinion. So I think this is another little floral that I'm adding in, and I'm pretty sure I add the last leaf as well somehow. I don't know whether I add it to this cluster or, yeah, I do. There you go. Tucked the leaf in under there. And then just going to add the last couple of fussy cut florals with some foam. Again, leaving space to tuck my photo underneath. And I'm almost finished. I do think I definitely add a title and some splatters. And then I'm nearly done. So this was a very quick layout to put together. I love this horizontal design. It's a great way to use pattern paper, particularly, scraps of pattern paper, but also a nice way to feature a number of different pattern papers onto your layout. I personally like this style with a plain white cardstock background, but I understand that that's not for everyone. I know a lot of people love to use their pattern paper as backgrounds. I do as well, but I definitely also are happy to use white cardstock. I just like the kind of clean white look of white cardstock and then adding a lot of pattern paper on top. And I find you can mix a lot of pattern papers this way that you think might not always go by using little strips like this. And if, adding in a contrasting kind of small border, like particularly if you would use, say, black cardstock or white cardstock as well, can really help you mix different pattern papers together. Now, I contemplated using that You and Me title, but I knew that I was going to use a photo of just myself, a selfie with a mask, so obviously You and Me wouldn't work. I thought about using Today, but I end up pulling some stickers out of my stash and going with that. Now, I wanted to get some tiny word stickers onto the page, but as I said in my Killer Kit video, these tiny word stickers, which are from the Hadfield Avenue Collection, are very kind of birthday celebration themed, and they just weren't going to work for this photo that I had in mind. And so I do put those to the side, and now I'm going through my stash trying to find some thickers that I know will work. So funnily enough, I have a lot of packs of thickers, I really do, but not very many black thickers, which is a bit weird because, I feel like black is the most popular kind of colour of thicker, but I just don't have that many. And so I think once I've used up a few more packets of thickers, I definitely think some just plain black thickers will be on my list of supplies to buy. So you can see here I'm pulling out a whole heap of different thickers, just sort of putting them beside my layout, seeing if they would work. I could have used gold thickers, but the thing is, when I've already got gold on my layout, it's really hard to match the golds, and they don't really bother me if my golds don't match. But I've got gold in the specialty paper, the vellum specialty paper, as well as the gold puffy stickers, and those two golds aren't the same. And then I knew if I was to use a alpha that was gold, it probably wouldn't match either. So I end up pulling out these couple of black ones that I have here. Now they're both like an enamel type sticker. Is that the best way to describe it? They're not puffy and they're not chipboard, so I guess they are like enamel. The ones I end up going with are black with like a white shadow, so to speak. I have 2 packs of them, so I knew that I would have enough letters to make up my words. Always run out of E's first. I clearly do a lot of journaling with E's. And so I was spelling out remember this, if you can't tell by my pulling out of my thickers here. Again, I just wanted to be able to document the weirdness that was wearing face masks while we were in the supermarket. That has since finished here in Australia, well, at least in Victoria where I am, but we still wear face masks on public transport and at hospitals and doctors and things like that, but certainly in general kind of wear on supermarkets and things like that, we no longer have to wear them. So yeah, it's been an interesting year, that's for sure. So I'm just adding my thickers to my page. I'm overlapping them into my embellishments, which isn't the greatest. They don't stick super well, but I do add some glue to them. I don't know if I do it right now. No, So I do add some glue to them at the end. I just don't do it on the video. And I'm just adding some gold splatters and probably some navy. I'm sure you're sick of me saying that. But I just really like the navy. So we're finished. Here is the close-up photo. Thank you so much for watching. You can see the photo that I chose to use here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.